so difficult to, or you know, if you get into the fight, where's the follow-up going to be? It's going to be so based around Dudu.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of CC follow-up. That's what I'm really excited about for what Hanwha have here, right? You've got Lissandra, she goes in, she hits. All right. Let's see. KT, I really love their draft. I think it's pretty straight up and down, right? Keep people healthy. As Dudu hits the Mega Gnar. Let's see what he can do here. As there is the Gnar back. Rascal throwing out some needlework. Avoids the drill, which I think it's a drill. Not entirely sure.
I think it's a drill too.
Yeah. I like the Sputnik one. That's my favorite. Just throwing satellites at people.
Rascal is, I mean, he's in such a good spot here.
Yeah, getting aggressive.
Love that. Waits till the Gnar times out, goes in. Also was able to hit his Q before the first Gnar comes out. Dudu is in trouble if he wants to stick around here. He's definitely going to die. He will have to back off. And Cuz, level 6.
Just needs to Nimbus strike Q and he's dead. But Rascal instead is just going to pick up the kill himself.
Yeah, will end up getting the assist, of course, Cuz does. Doesn't need his ultimate.
Trying to get in here, but it's going to be a 50-50 at best here for these guys. 3 versus 3 right now as Rascal's getting on amongst it. Dudu does have his Gnar bar at a decent spot, but Karis dives on forward. He doesn't ult himself, and therefore he's just going to go down. On Fleek, I think, was able to take the eye as, well, no, he wasn't. He was able to kill the Rift Herald, but couldn't take the eye as Dudu. Yeah, he's going to have to go back to lane as Rascal. I thought he was going to meet him there in the tri-brush. His aiming is just chilling underneath his turret.
Punish any mistakes or overextensions. The Life just got so many free handshakes in the early part of this lane. They got such a nice lead.
Well, speaking of which, OnFleek's going to find Life. Aiming's coming on over. Dawning Shadow going to get flashed as OnFleek should be able to kill the Renata, but has he stepped too far? The answer's no, because the rest of Hanwha are making their way over. Karis now taking a lot of damage as Cuz he gets put into the frozen tomb, and then Vista dives over the wall. Vikla, can you get enough damage is the question, as Cuz still in the pit, deciding not to flash, but does eventually have to, as the bottom lane for KT wiped out. Hanwha on the board.
Yeah, really nicely played here from Hanwha Life. Catching them in the jungle there was on Fleek. The Life just really greedy positioning there is punished.
And still in auto, so thankfully the Raptors were available as KT can have some visitors into their jungle. Cuz going to get the smite as Life possibly caught out yet again. Kickback comes through. He does manage to get his ulti off as he tries to bail himself out, but I don't think it's going to work. That's a massive Emperor's Divide though, as Samdi's around the wrong side of the rift. Aiming finds the ulti as well from Fog of War as Vista throws through the Devour. Does manage to keep on Fleek out of danger as now Rascal looking for the needlework, but not really finding too much value here. As Dudu with a Gnar bar at exactly the right spot will get all of that extra health back as Karis goes golden. There's the Gnar. Cuz in trouble, but it's a massive double from Rascal, who's just eating through these health bars now towards the end of the fight. Vista, yeah, he's running the wrong direction here as Life manages to get the handshake and says, you just say hi to Rascal here. And snip, snip, there goes the Tahm Kench. So you do probably want to get some priority in this river. Rascal comes on over, and on Fleek looking for a Q angle. Doesn't quite get there as KT are going to prioritize getting through this mid wave first. And now looking to move towards the Baron. Of course, with Soul Point, you are afforded this luxury. As on Fleek and the rest of Hanwha Life are going to move around. But look at this. This is what happens when you drop this much damage. It's already 50% health. It's on Fleek trying to get on in here. They know that this is going down extraordinarily low as Rascal over the wall. Oh, just smashed out of the pit with the Emperor's Divide. Fantastically played from Vikla as KT. The heist once again. The Drake wasn't even taken. They can go over there as Dudu manages to land a decent Gnar, but the hostile takeover is there. It's going to stop the Gnar from doing anything whatsoever. Look at that KT health bars. Hanwha have done nothing to them.
Nothing at all, and on Fleek was just burning down from the damage. After that Emperor's Divide slapped him out of the pit, he had no chance for a steal. Somebody's perhaps lurking back there.
Karis is waiting. He was waiting for a potential teleport, but instead KT are just going to take an inner turret, then take another inner turret, and then look to siege this top inhibitor.
In StarCraft, the term all-in usually refers to some sort of attack you do that...
And you bring all your SCVs?
sometimes you can, but if you fail, you lose the game, and that 4v3 in the jungle really was that for this game for Hanwha Life. They put everything in that, they lost it.
Well, Cuz is fighting 3 people. There's a Gnar into the wall, and they have enough damage for that. As the hostile takeover comes through, the Gnar and the Lee Sin are just fighting each other, and aiming just says goodbye. My God, the damage that KT has is insane. Rascal is going to try and take down Samdi. Vista is going to munch him, but I just don't think it's going to be enough, as yes, you bought a few seconds, but the handshake comes through and it's a double kill for Rascal, and KT will say goodbye to this game.
Very textbook. Better scaling, got the money, pushed it in hard, and then just simply said, I'm not going to fight you if I don't have to. That third Drake was the most clean part of this game for KT, where they just grab Drake and then leave, don't force anything in the choke.
The Baron was so similar. My God, that Emperor's Divide Fickler. That was amazing. He is going to be able to stop Karis from doing anything. It was unnecessary, but dang, it was cool.
Yeah, very cool stuff. I think his Emperor's Divide on the Baron to knock on Fleek out was the most exciting part.
Yeah, game winning.
And
sitting back. And unfortunately, it was only 31 minutes, so we didn't get the 200 years necessary for the Aphelios to truly pop off.
Or the 2,000 years necessary is going to be for Samdi to be relevant. And I do strongly suggest against the Sunfire build for Vikla this game. I would like to see the double crit build. And
it might be nice to have actual damage, wouldn't it? Right, and we got the Zoid skin again, which makes me very happy. The Project Sejuani.
You know, we talked about Gwen potentially. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Samdi has to flash already as level 2 was hit and not enough respect was given.
Wow. Well, you know, early gank power here. No flash on Samdi.
Let's see whether Life can manage to land this one as the Winter's Wrath is beautiful. First blood goes to aiming. Flash is very comfortable there as, yeah, Vista. Can he clear the way? There's another one coming. They're holding on to this as Life is just like, yeah, I'll get the tongue lash. Hold some aggro here for you guys as you lock this one down. It's a great play, but Life is still able to hold on, and that is 2 kills so early and 2 waves obliterated.
Yeah, Jinx is losing so much experience, and she's got a call. She's like, I wish I had those minions to stack into it right now because she is so far away. Like I said, hey, follow-up gank. What a surprise. This time he doesn't have cleanse or flash.
But aiming has grabbed him once again as they do manage to take a lantern, but is it going to be enough? Permafrost is there. Hook is going to land, but it only brings Cuz closer. And aiming, yes, he's going to go down relatively low, but Samdi can do nothing about it. My God, KT, this is beautiful.
You can kill this turret with the Herald, but you cannot kill Rascal. He's Gwen, and he has Vikla who can come to him at a moment's notice. If you really want to heavily commit, you will lose out.
Well, Rascal's going to try and clear out this wave where he can. Things are very even, and first turret blood's actually a big deal here. Looks like Hanwha Life Esports are going to be the ones to be able to take it now. And that actually does kind of swing things a little bit, as they will be able to get that little bit of extra gold for the situation. Of course, aiming didn't share any of it, so that is also big. And that's precisely what Jovi managed to make happen. Is on Fleek going to look for a bit of a gank here towards the bottom side. There's the flash forward. The crush is brilliant, and the needlework not enough healing this time around as Dudu uses all of his health bar that they managed to hold on. This turret runs out of minions, though, as Life is going to have to flash. Karis can have his ult respected as Vikla is up here on the top side looking to try and match here. I mean, it's a decent 1-3-1 comp.
Yeah, no, it really is. But, I mean, again, Hanwha Life, they get this Drake. They're going to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, on Fleek looks for a stun, gets it, but I don't know whether that's exactly what he wanted. Moonlight Vigil comes down. There's the Glacial Prison soaked by Dudu, and he takes the Lantern Ride to get himself out. Gwen was immune, but also the hook missed. But now on Fleek will start off this Drake. Dudu in the brush. They need to wait out this Naba, or Hanwha Life need to burst down this dragon.
Oh, they are trapped here. Karis.
Yeah, don't line up for Vikla's ult, who's going to miss, unfortunately, but Samdi is still very, very low. Cuz just going to deal with him himself, and now Rascal is popping off in the fight. The Azir goes down. Cuz is dealing with the Drake and may lose the battle as he doesn't have Smite available. Can't take another auto as Vista's going to have to flash to get out of the way of this support. He throws Life a lantern just to give him the opportunity. He's so large. Oh, the Devour is going to be used on the Viego of all people. And
down he
KT,
goes.
yeah, KT win everything. They even managed to get soul point. And the Baron has been started. On Fleek, remember, he's had some good smites so far today. See how this one's going to go. They're just not going to risk it. Karras going to have to shift some sands to get himself out of here. That's a phenomenal ulti to come on through as Vikla does have to go back to his Unbound Soul. Then gets into a Gnar ult, but you can see Hanwha. They're just too low. They can't fight this. Red-white guns are in there. And they do manage to secure it. On Fleek now running away with 110 health. And the Devour from Life for the extra movement speed gets over as well, as they're going to have to try and find him. And it's going to be Vikla that manages to secure it. There we go.
Well, that's the end of this story tonight. This is not going to be the Game 2 power spike for Hanwha Life. It was in terms of the draft, but the game ended in the lane Atlas. And then we just saw KT with some really nice team fighting.
That's all right, because looking for On Fleek. Can he find the Glacial Prison, though, is the question, as Rascal, in the meantime, is just destroying the enemy base. Same thing to be said for what Vikla is up to. And now the three are getting engaged on. But are they actually? As double teleports are coming through, that's a decent Glacial Prison to land on a lot of members. But now Vikla, he's found Dudu, who's hopping away. Emperor's Divide to deny, but it's just, yeah, there's an aiming there, and you don't really want to be there, Karras. And now he's going to get dashed on. Gnar is going to come through, and he does manage to get his way out. Aiming secures the kill onto Karras, but Dudu, he's limping. And Hanwha Life, they only lose their mid laner. I thought it was going to be worse. Super Mega Death Rocket to try and steal the Drake, but it doesn't work.
Nope. That's Infernal Soul to add insult to injury. And KT just going to push to end. They have all the tools they need. Except Crescendum, I guess, you know, could have been even worse for Hanwha Life, but like... and I mean, Baron is up. And I think that KT will just happily kite back towards it.
Or maybe just all dive on top of On Fleek and get baited by a Lantern.
So like I said, kite back towards it. No, but KT actually set this trap really well because Han will have to expect they're kiting back towards Baron and might want to try to catch any stragglers, and then they just spring the trap. Not successful, but at the end of the day, with 2 waves of super minions coming through, and now a 3rd one actually from top.
Oh, here we go, Jonas Strong shot. Cuz actually just walks out, tanks the rocket. He's like, no, no, no.
Yeah, another point in the Cuz column.
Yeah.
Just KT outclassing them in every way right now, and you know, for Hanwha, it's just a rough ending.
It certainly is. This Nexus turret, not long for the world, as On Fleek was searching for something. Karras is going to find a 2-man ulti, as aiming's going to go down extraordinarily low, but he has a GE, managed to get his ult off as well, and as you can see, Hanwha Life Esports are just evaporating. My God! The damage here on KT, 905 for aiming in the end as the Nexus goes down, and KT,
Yeah, he did the boom boom damage for sure. I did not vote for him though. I'll keep my vote a secret for a little bit longer, but
I still think my vote probably would have gone to Cuz, but I'm not sure. I'm sure GSM will let us know ahead of time what Valdez put his down for, because he's got
joined by Rascal and Aiming from KT Roster. Congratulations on ending your losing streak. And also, this is your first POG for both of you guys. How do you feel, Rascal? I'm glad that we were able to pick up a clean 2-0 victory tonight. What about you, Aiming? We were on a losing streak, so I think this means a lot because we broke the losing streak finally. I want to go back to game number 1. Both you and Dudu, the most big champions for you, both of you guys, was Gnar. And we had very high priority on the pick during the summer split. However, this time around, Rascal and KT was so confident to let the Gnar through and just blind picked Gwen. Tell me about the top lane matchup. I think about the Gnar and Gwen matchup, I think, well, when it's like 1v1 forever, Gnar does have better sustainability. He can definitely bully the lane, but today my teammates were helping me out so much, so I didn't get to the lane too long against him, so it was pretty doable for me, thanks to my team. And we had Lee Sin, Lissandra comp on the side of Hanwha Life Esports. So what was your plan in the early game against their comp? I think they're mid jungle duo comp doesn't really have a damage output in the late game, so we knew that we can outscale them, so we just wanted to kind of just play out smoothly, just don't make any mistakes, and then we were able to pull it off. And KT Roaster was able to show a decent draft throughout the split, but the fights around the objectives was not on point. But today we were able to witness a very clean Baron take from KT Roaster. I mean, whether it was Baron, whether it was Drake, we always kind of played so sloppy, but today we were able to kind of make a clean setup prior to the execution. And Hana Life Esports actually has 80% win rate for game 2. Were you aware of that? No, we didn't really pay attention to that, but we kind of noticed it right before the series, and that made us kind of focus up heading into game 2. Rascal, what was the key point for KT Roaster to get a clean to a victory? I want to say our performance was not that bad, and our strategy, but still we were not able to kind of perform cleanly on stage. So we really wanted to perform as good as we do in scrims. We had Gwen Nar matchup back to back in this series. What changed in game 1 and 2? I think game 2, our jungler was playing around the bottom lane. So, and then they got a huge win down there. So I was like, I don't really have to do nothing because we already won the game. And aiming, game 2, both KT and Hana Life kind of rounded out the bottom lane comp very late. There were not many champions that can kind of add pressure to Tahm Kench, and also we knew that somebody's gonna play Jinx because that's one of his comfort picks. And KT Roaster got 3 kills early on the bottom lane. Did you expect this much of an easy execution to kind of happen early on? I mean, when we were laning, we were able to trade off really well, so we were able to set up for a clean dive setups. And then the moment Tahm Kench hit his W, I just made a call for the turret dive, and our play was on point too. And aiming, your performance on Aphelios was so powerful and strong today as well. Tell me about your confidence in that pick. I really like Aphelios. I can say that. So I'm pretty confident in that pick, but I don't think that I played really well today, but I was just picking up so many kills. And this is the beginning of KT Roaster's summer journey. Your next opponent is Nongsin Radforce. I hope we can continue this much of a performance in the upcoming schedules, and we will do our best in the upcoming match as well. Just like Rascal said, I think our performance was alright, but I think we made too many mistakes and we just kind of fell apart by ourselves. So we want to really kind of focus on our mistakes and get rid of all the errors. And lastly, any message over to the KT Roaster fans? I hope this could be a stepping stone for us to start off a winning streak with this victory ending our prior losing streak, and I hope we can keep improving throughout the split. We started off the split with we wanted to start off the split with a victory, but that couldn't happen. But still, we have a long way to go, so I will do my best in order to pick up as many victories as possible in the future. And this will be the end of the interview, and I'm going to pass it back to our casters. Thank you.